Good morning, my beautiful people. Buenos días, mi gente hermosa. Today, I'm gonna get ready and tell you guys about my gastric sleeve procedure and my experience. So, first off, I'm 30 years old. And after I had my twin boys, it was so hard for me to lose weight. Like, I would eat right, I would exercise, but keep in mind, twin boys, like, you're not getting the best of sleep. And whenever I got very discouraged about my weight and the fact that I couldn't lose it, I was so used to just exercising and I'd lose it right away. And then after my kids, I couldn't. It was very hard for me. So I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to try super hard. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to do everything that I need to do, and I can lose the weight. No problem. Well, there was a problem. I couldn't lose the weight, and I was gaining it extremely fast. After I had my kids, before I had my kids, I was weighing 180 pounds, and I was comfortable at that weight. I felt like I could still style my clothes how I wanted it to. I was still comfortable with the size I was wearing. But when I was pregnant with my boys, I went up to 201 pounds, and I am 5'1". So keep in mind, that's a lot of weight on my height. Whenever I went to my follow-up, after I had my kids, I was weighing 180. So I was really happy that I went right back to the weight that I was at before I had my kids. And when I realized that I was putting on pounds, that's when I tried the diet. I did let myself go because I know that I was eating like how I was eating when I was pregnant. Whatever I craved, I would eat. Bad idea. So once I tried to lose weight, it was really hard for me. And then I decided, you know what? I'm going to get this procedure done. I know some people that got it done and they have amazing results. So then once I realized that, not once I realized, but once I decided that that's what I was going to do, I reached out to the same facilities that my cousin and his fiance used. And first thing you have to do is send your deposit to save a spot. The deposit is like $495, so round it up $500. With this deposit, all you do is you save a spot. You tell them what date works for you. If they have it available, they will place you in that spot. The whole cost of the surgery was about $4,000, a little shy of $4,000. And I went to Tijuana. My flight was separate, but what is included in those $4,000 was that I got picked up from the airport. The room I was going to stay at, it was like a little condo. So the condo I was going to stay at, which included the room, somewhere for you to cook, a fridge, your shower, a living room space, dining room space, the basic stuff. So then the day that you arrive, you have that whole day to do what you want. And you know, of course, responsibly, you can do what you want. And when we went there, we went to go eat tacos. We went to go eat tacos and we ate a lot of tacos. So I was like, I'm not gonna be able to eat this anymore till a while from now. So we went to go have tacos, I think like at two or three different spots. Y'all know what's so funny? I don't know why. I look back on it and I'm like, that was so dumb of us. I had my friend Jessica join me. And we would ride Ubers, right, to wherever we needed to go. And there's this one instance where the Uber driver was like, en ruta wherever we were going, dos pasajeras. And her and I were like, do we jump out? That was super sketch. Well, anyway, we ended up getting where we needed to go. And then like, how come I didn't think like, do we jump out of the car? Like, what's going on? Why is he telling him that he's en route with 2 passengers? I feel like a lot of things happen because when you're in that situation, you don't really think like, what do I do? It's kind of like, wait, that was weird. And then you stay stuck on, that was weird. So, anyways, we went to go eat tacos. And then the next day, the actual day of the surgery, they pick you up super early, like 5 a.m. early. No, was it 5? It was probably like 6 a.m. And they picked us up at 6 a.m. They take us there to the facility where they're gonna do the surgery. And you fill out paperwork where you fill out paperwork and pay the rest of your surgery. So like for me it was like $3,000 and something. I took cash because in Mexico, of course, they're going to charge you for withdrawing money and it's going to be more. And I didn't want that. So I just took it in cash. So once you pay, then they take you to get your blood work done. So you get your blood work done and then they take you up to your room where you're going to be. And they take you up to your room where you're going to be, and then they do your EKG. If you didn't get a chance to shower, they let you shower. If your blood work and everything comes back normal, and they have answered all of your questions, then they tell you what time the doctor is going to be ready for you to start the procedure. So when they told me that, I was like, wait. Is the doctor going to come in here and talk to me? You know, to feel a little bit safer, not just be like, okay, sure, ábranme, opérenme. So they're like, yeah, he's gonna come in, and so is the anesthesiologist. So I was like, okay, great. You know, you get a little bit more peace of mind because you're gonna talk to who's gonna actually be doing your surgery. Well, when the doctor came in, and the doctor that did my surgery was Dr. Maitorena, I think that's how you say it. When he came in, I froze. Like, I got like this, like a panic, and I was like, he's like, do you have any questions? And I was like, no. And I had a bunch of questions, but I was like, no. That was so funny. But you know what I should have done? The scheduler is actually able to answer any of your questions that you have, any doubts, any concerns. And you guys know what? Before I decided to do my surgery, I went to the doctor and I wanted to know if there was actually something wrong. If there was like a hormone deficiency, if there was something that could be prescribed to me before I went and had surgery done. I went to my OBGYN, she said everything was normal. I went to my PCP, she said everything was normal. And I felt like I didn't need to look for it any further. I was like, you know what? Okay, if I know that my body is fine, then I should be at no risk when I get the surgery. Keep in mind, this is the first surgery I've ever had. So I was nervous. I was very scared. And when the doctor was like, any questions? I was like, no. He was like, okay. They're like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and wheel you down now. And I was like, I have a bunch of questions, but I only thought it. I didn't say anything. I was just like, okay. I don't know why. Because I'm very not open-minded, but I usually speak up on what I speak up on what I want to speak up on. I learned a very long time ago that staying quiet is really bad for you. So I really liked this facility that I did my surgery in because they were very, very, very on top of like hygiene stuff. I mean, keep in mind, guys, it's Mexico. Mexico doesn't look the cleanest, but their facilities was a great, great, great experience. When they were gonna take me down to where I was gonna get my surgery done, from the bed that was in my room, they had me get onto a sterile bed. That sterile bed, they took me through the elevator. Before you enter the surgery area, you get onto another sterile bed, and then that sterile bed takes you to the actual operation table. You are awake during this whole thing. So you're seeing that, you know, I'm getting closer and closer, and I think that your nerves start to, como que se alteran tus nervios. So then I get onto the surgery table, and the anesthesiologist is like, nerviosa? And I was like, sí. I don't know why, like I froze for some reason. But I was like, sí. And he was like, ahorita te damos algo para relajarte. So I'm thinking, he's gonna give me something to relax, right? Who wouldn't? He said, ahorita te damos algo para relajarte. No, me puso la anestesia. And I freaking was out. Like, I don't even remember him saying count to 1 or count to 3, nothing. And my cousin told me that's what they did to him. They were just like, okay, you know, just count to 3 y ya, te despiertas. No, I was like, sí, estoy nerviosa. And he was like, ahorita te damos algo para relajarte. Pues me metió la anestesia. Entonces, cuando me desperté tenía mucho dolor. It was so painful for me when I woke up. And then they told me, can you walk? And I was like, no, I just had surgery, I can't walk. But I think it was more so my body thinking, you just went through surgery, you're in pain. Because eventually you have to start getting up and walking so you can get rid of that gas. So I got up and started walking, guys, and the pain was gone. It was like I hadn't had any surgery. It was like, I don't know how to describe the pain, but it was a pain that's tolerable but bothersome. But yeah, I started walking, and they're like, just make sure you keep walking, make sure you hydrate. And then they give you one of those things to kind of like exercise your lungs, where you breathe out into it. Well, the doctor came in and he's like, hey, how are you doing? And I was like, good. I was like, but I don't necessarily have gas where I was like passing gas through the backside, but I had gas like I was burping a lot. And he was like, okay, he's like, stop using this lung exerciser thing. I don't even know what it's called. I do know, but I can't remember what it's called. So I was like, okay, whatever. And I stopped using it, and it helped me so much. Like, the little pain that I did have went away. So keep in mind, guys, like, I think in my personal experience and personal opinion, I think what hurts is the gas. The gas is what hurts because it's bothersome. It needs to come out. And your stomach is now like an egg, basically. It's very small. So it doesn't necessarily do everything that it needs to do right after surgery. It's like a restart for your stomach. Anyways, I stayed there after my surgery for another day. They watch you. They are very attentive. And they just kind of keep reminding you to keep walking, make sure you hydrate. They make sure you don't have any fluid leaks. So checking for fluid leaks is really important. So they give you at least me, they gave me a blue liquid to drink. It does not taste good, by the way. They give you a blue liquid to drink because you have a drain still in you. So this drain is going to pretty much show them if there is any leaks that need to be taken care of. I was told by my friend that they're supposed to check you and give you a CD of your leak test. I never got that. I don't know if it was just that they were using a different facility or what it was, but I never received that. However, by the second day, I felt fine. It was more so the first day where like I couldn't bend over like how I was used to, like to get my shoes and stuff, but thank God she was there to help me. I of course couldn't take Carlos because we have our boys and we're very protective about who watches our boys, just because we don't want nothing bad to happen to them. It's not so much the people that watch them, but it's just that they can't communicate yet. Once they can communicate, I think it'll be a whole different story. But the day once you get released, they wheel you downstairs after they explain to you like your aftercare. They tell you to wash your what do you call it, your wounds, clean them with sterile gauze, all of that stuff, like common sense stuff, you know. But they wheel you down, and the same driver that picks you up takes you back to the airport. He crosses you across the border into California. Keep in mind, I went to Tijuana for this. So he crosses you back over and you see a whole bunch of people, like vendors, just selling stuff on the road, just like how it is in Mexico borders. This isn't my first time going to Mexico, but it was my first time going to Tijuana. I've been to other parts of Mexico before. And honestly, the ride back is like a bit bothersome because you see a bunch of food vendors. Están vendiendo coca, sabritas, fruta, dulces, todo. Y uno ahí con el antojo, but you can't eat that because after your surgery, you're placed on an all or clear liquid diet for 10 days. After the 10 days, you go to thick liquids, and then after that one, you go to pureed liquids. And then phase 4 is finally the best phase ever, and it's soft foods. I am about to enter the soft foods phase, but I have tried soft foods already and my stomach can handle them. But keep in mind, these soft foods, you still have to chew them down up to 30 times. And you guys, I just want to share that before this surgery, I had a very how can I say, I didn't have any knowledge about the surgery, but once I scheduled to have my surgery done, I looked into it. I did my research. I did my research on the doctor, and of course, I did what I needed to do to give myself inner peace, inner calmness. When I got this surgery and I got back home, I didn't necessarily think it's gonna be easy, but it was harder than what I thought it would be. Because you have to see everyone else eat around you, because you can't eat. So I would sit there and not sit there, but I would make food for Carlos when he got home, or make food for my dad, or make food for whoever was home. And just, I'd have to sit there and watch them eat. And I think that was the hardest part for me, because it's not necessarily that you feel hunger, but it's the sense of eating that you miss. And for some strange reason, like, I would crave certain foods, and that's what I would make Carlos. So I'd sit there and watch him eat what I was craving. That was not the best idea, but that's what I would do. What else? Oh, you guys know what? Something you should also know is after your surgery, like, your hormones are all out of whack. You're angry, you're depressed, you're super happy. Like, your emotions are all over the place. So huge shout out to Carlos for putting up with me. But I think he's already used to it, since I say I'm toxic, but I don't really think I am. Nada más porque me han dicho que soy tóxica, pero no creo. I feel like I got ready super fast. So my boys are asleep. They're taking their afternoon nap. I can't just get up in the morning and get ready, because sometimes they nap, sometimes they don't. And of course, I have to make sure they're taken care of first before I do my videos. Anyways, back to what I was saying, guys. Having the surgery, I think, is actually the easiest part, because you go, you pay, you get done, you know, you get your surgery done. But it's more so after the surgery where it's more challenging to your brain, because you have to follow the instructions. I mean, it's only going to be successful if you put your part in it, or if you do your part. Something that I didn't think for sure of was how hard it would be to take care of my boys after the surgery, because when you get home, your wounds are still open. And they told me no lifting more than 20 pounds after surgery. Well, my boys were weighing 22 pounds. So when I got home, Carlos was supposed to go back to work, but I told him, I was like, you know what? I don't want to risk it. I don't have anyone here to follow up for my surgery care right after. Of course, my PCP is now on board with it, but I hadn't mentioned it to her till after I got my surgery. Not because I was scared or anything, just because I forgot. Like, keep in mind, I had a whole worry of, like, there might be something wrong with me health-wise before I get this surgery. And speaking of something wrong health-wise, I think here, as far as I know, they won't let you do the surgery till you have a chronic illness, like, let's say, diabetes, high blood pressure, what else? I can't think of any other illnesses, but other illnesses that are chronically threatening to you, to your health, and you could die from it. Well, anyways, whenever well, I thought to myself, I was like, why am I gonna wait till that phase in my life where I need to have this because it's absolutely necessary in order for me to survive? I didn't think that I don't think that that's the smartest thing to do. But then again, like, I know that some people can't just up and pay $4,000. But I would think to myself, like, this is for my health. This is for me. I need to do something because I can feel how unhappy I am with this weight. I like to dress up, guys. It is something that I really, really like to do. I like to dress up and I like to do my makeup when I have the time to do it. It's not going to be every day that I get to get ready. But when I can do it, it's super depressing to want to put on a shirt and it not fit. It's super depressing to want to put on some jeans and they not close. I didn't like that, and I was like, that's it. Like, I'm doing something about this weight, and I got the surgery. Oh, also, guys, I was wearing a size 17. Like, wide load, you heard? So anyways, I was wearing a size 17. And I was so used to being size 7, 9, 13 was my biggest size I had worn before in the past. And when I noticed, I went from size 13 and then nothing size 13 fitted me anymore. So then I had to get something bigger. Once I got size 17 shorts, that was the only thing that was fitting me. Nothing else would fit. Not even like my, what do you call them? Like my workout clothes in large, you know, workout clothes is stretchy. Well, that wouldn't fit me anymore. So that's why I decided to do the surgery. Also, it was more so like I wasn't comfortable with my weight. I wasn't comfortable with nothing fitting. And I definitely wasn't comfortable with spending more money on clothes. It was like, okay, enough is enough. We're going to do something about this weight. And let's talk about what kind of support I received from my family or other people around me. I think that your family, they will kind of like discourage the surgery because they don't know what the surgery is about. They don't know the procedure. They don't know who you're going to. So it's scary to know that you're willingly wanting to go get surgery, and if something goes wrong, you're all the way in Tijuana. Like, what can they do for you? Nothing. They have to go out there and try to find you and try to figure something out for you. And I think that's the scary part for family members of patients. I do think that a lot of people were not on board with it. Like, I told my brothers and I told my parents. And my parents were not on board with it. They're like, you've lost weight before. You can just exercise and eat right. And I was like so frustrated at this point because I was like, I've tried that, you guys. I've done it. And it's not working for me anymore. So when I told them, they weren't supportive. When I told my brother Antonio, he wasn't supportive either. When I told my brother Adolfo, he wasn't necessarily not supportive, but I think he was like worried. He was like, that's scary. Like, what if something happens? And I was like, nothing's gonna happen. It'll be fine. And you have to go into it with that idea. Everything's gonna be fine. There is a risk of you dying. I'm not saying this surgery is completely safe. There is a risk, especially if you have health concerns. So I think for people that have health risk, it's kind of like, do you want to live the rest of your life having that health issue, or do you want to try to fix it? Living with diabetes is not easy. My dad is a diabetic, and you guys have no idea how many times His blood sugar has dropped tremendously low. How many times his sugar has been extremely high where it's a health risk. My father, he actually does dialysis now because of his diabetes. So it has damaged his kidneys. And I think honestly, and his wasn't so much overweight, it was more so that he didn't take care of himself when he was younger. I cannot. Can you guys see that I messed up right here? Okay. So what I do when I mess up like that, I just kind of blend my makeup and smudge it out. Okay, so my oldest brother, Emmanuel, I told him about me doing the surgery because he saw me at my highest weight also. And he was like, that's good. And I was like, I feel like when you decide to do something like a surgery, you need that support from family or just friends, because if you don't have that support, you start to doubt the decision that you made. Unfortunately, we look for validation in other people's opinions about us. And you know what? Like, when I was at my highest weight, it wasn't like Carlos was telling me, hey babe, like you've gained a lot of weight. No, it was just me, how I felt about myself. He never once made me feel bad about my weight. And he would always tell me, you're beautiful, like you don't need to worry about that. And I still felt like I wasn't myself anymore. I was becoming somebody that I knew was not me, if that makes sense. And even though, like, I'm a big believer in like your personality being your spirit, for me, I just was not happy anymore. And I couldn't get over the fact that I was obsessing over the numbers on the scale. And I still do, actually, because I weigh myself every single day. And I got my surgery last month in July. So what I look like right now, I'm still going to change because I'm still going to keep losing weight. So I had my surgery July 15th, I believe. So I'm going up on a month anniversary of my surgery. And this far to this day, I've lost, I believe it's 19 pounds that I've lost. So it's almost 20-pound difference. And I'm still wearing, well, right now I'm wearing a size 13 in jeans. So 20 pounds from size 17 to size 13 is a huge difference. I don't know if you guys have seen what 20 pounds of fat looks like, but it is a lot. So I'm going to attach a link to Dr. Maitorena's website. If you guys are interested, please reach out to them and get any questions answered, any doubts, any concerns before you schedule something. Don't just go in it just because you know somebody that has done it. I know everybody's health, everybody's situation is different. Nobody has the same health concerns. But if you guys do decide to do the surgery, I wish you the best of luck. It's not an easy journey, but it's definitely worth it, because I know, me personally, I feel so much happier now. I feel like I've done something for me that I knew I needed to do to regain my life back. I love being a mom, but I think that because I was home all day, I was constantly eating. And even though it was healthy stuff, I was overstuffing my stomach, if that makes sense. And it's not the easy way out, guys. It's definitely a tool to help you change your way of thinking, your way of eating. Because when I was, before my surgery, I could eat fruits and veggies and salads all day long, but that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to give your body what it needs and go on about your day. I was giving my body more than it needed, and it was very unhealthy. I could not stop because I knew that I could make more food fit. Like, that is not healthy. But that's what I was doing. And after your surgery, guys, there is food restrictions. So one of the food restrictions that there is, not forever, but for, I believe I saw like 4 months out, you guys cannot have raw veggies. Everything has to be cooked. For example, salads. After your surgery, after you can start eating normal food, till 4 months out, you cannot have a salad. Everybody has a different reaction after the surgery. I myself can tolerate pretty much any soft food. I never had an issue with like acid reflux. I was able to take regular pills after my surgery. I didn't have to break them down or make them powder form to mix into my water. So that was a really good thing. And red meats are also not recommended. They want you to keep it to a minimum because red meats can cause ulcers in your stomachs. Which, even if you don't have the surgery, they can cause that. So it's kind of like, since your stomach is smaller, you run more of a risk from eating red meats. You guys can always comment or message me, reach out to me if you guys have any questions, or if you're just looking for some type of support before getting the surgery. I love talking to people. If I can answer, I will, and if I can't, then I can give you more information about the facility. But I am going to attach a link on the description on the facility that I used, or Dr. Maitorena's facility. But that's it, guys. I'm ready for my day. I just gotta do my hair. So we are on our way out to the mall because... So do you guys think that my babies look like their dad or like me? So there they are. One of them's asleep. And then dad and me. They look just like you. So I don't know. Does anybody else's kid do this every time that we are stopped at a red light? Hi guys.
Hi.
So we were bored at home, so we decided to come to the mall and just get out of the house for a little bit. You want to see what they have in Miss A?
I know you like that store.
You guys, this store is the absolute best. They have everything so cheap. Oh look, they have the body cupping. They do like the little massages, facial stuff, face mask. I like these stickers. The boys, last time I brought them in here, they were like grabbing everything because everything's so colorful. That one, did you get one of those? These are cool, like back to school little pins. That's kind of cool. I got me a little basket. I haven't even picked nothing yet. Oh, little body art tattoos. These are so cute. That is so cute. I think I'm gonna do a little tattoo like this. Yeah. Make these little camera tattoos.
Tattoos?
Yeah. That's cute, right?
Yeah.
I look like a what do you call those people? Those pilgrims?
Amish?
Amish. What do you think?
It's nice.
I'm not necessarily feeling it though.
You're not feeling it?
Hey guys, so we came here to Pink and we haven't necessarily decided what we want, but here's what they have. I'm really, oh, this one's really cute actually. I like natural colors to go with stuff. Cute! Dad and the boys are with me, of course.
Una camiseta como abierta.
What time is it? Yeah. Oh, mira este, the black ones and this camo. Yes.